The old wives' tale that video games will rot your brain is not too different from the equally fallacious wives' tale that reading comic books is going to rot your brain. I think this sort of prejudice against creative exploration comes from old anti-art, anti-fun, pro-scientific rationalism that can't find a pragmatic use in art. If it doesn't make the dough, or if it doesn't serve some type of function to propel society in the way it wants to go, then it's looked at as childish. But I don't think video games are childish. I don't think they're toys. They can be, but it's important not to devalue the importance of play. Video games are art. Just because you're interacting with the art and doesn't make it any less of an artistic experience. And the creators of it are artists. There's paintings in the video game, there's music, composers, sometimes voice actors. There's a lot of stuff that goes into it. So to just call it a mere toy, I think, is a bit, not valid at all as an explanation. Video games are often lumped together in the same category as television watching as far as entertainment's concerned. But I think the two couldn't be further apart as forms of media. Whereas television, you're passively sitting in front of a screen absorbing images and sound bites at a predetermined rate. And it requires no participation, no involvement whatsoever. You're just absorbing this information. This is much different from a video game, a good video game where you're involved with problem solving and thinking on your feet and actively engaged with the experience. The two are very different. I think this unfair, confounded association between the two is not helped by the fact that television watching and video game playing are both highly and widely abused and overused. But just because two things involving a similar instrument, which is the television, is abused, doesn't make the two types of experiences similar in any way. There's many things. I think it can influence other areas of your life. I have a friend who said that playing Final Fantasy VII, seeing how the characters developed across the game and how the plot unfolds and everything from start to finish taught him more about plot development for writing a story than any book or any movie that he had read or seen. And this is a very profound, strong indication of the value of that video games can have. And to call video games trash or to say it rots your brain completely undermines the intrinsic artistic quality of a video game. You wouldn't walk into a gallery, you'd never hear, your 80-year-old grandma say that these pictures rot your brain walking in a gallery. Well, why would seeing pictures that you interact with on a television screen rot your brain any more than pictures that someone painted that you don't interact with? I think your brain's much more stimulated probably when you're playing a good quality game like Ocarina of Time or Final Fantasy VII or Majora's Mask or something like that than when you're, sitting in front of a painting not knowing what it is, like just a square or a circle or something dumb like that. Which isn't to criticize abstract art. Anyways, yeah, games are art. Yep. I was gonna say something, but it sounds kind of weird. I'm thinking about it in my head. I'm done. How could anyone proclaim the electrifying, transformative, mysterious, pixelated morphology of image and sound comprising that which is the video game to be of any less artistic merit than paint hanging on a wall? That's what I was going to say.